Well, hello everybody and welcome back to week 7 on Birchwood Farm. It's a little bit windy today.
It's another lovely sunny day, Mrs. Waters. Mondays and Tuesdays seem to be nice every week.
They do. It's a bit cloudy, but they're not grey clouds.
We better get started then, haven't we?
Yes, I don't think it'll rain, but there's lots to see. Lots of things have changed this week, so let's get going. Should we go to the ladybirds first and see whether they are still in the old umbrella? Right, let's have a look in the old umbrella if the wind will let us. And there are the ladybirds. And gosh, I think they are moving. Can you see them? There are 7. There's one of them turning at the top now. They must just be waking up for spring. I imagine that they'll all have gone by next week. Now, I forgot to tell you at the start that this week I have seen 2 very special things. 2 creatures that have come out of hibernation. I've seen a couple of bees, and this morning I actually saw a butterfly. So that's promising, isn't it? The insects are waking up too.
Mrs. Waters, quick, come and have a look at the rhododendron.
That's lovely, isn't it, Beaky? Those really big buds have opened out and we've got these beautiful pink flowers. Let's have a close look at one. You see this one? It's quite a large flower, isn't it? And some of the buds are still closed. So perhaps by next week there will be more. See the grape hyacinths there, Beaky? They've really come on and opened up. They're beautiful blue flowers, aren't they?
I love blue flowers, Mrs. Waters.
And the blossom tree just up here has still got its blossom. It's hanging onto it and hopefully attracting the bees and the wasps and the butterflies.
These are the sweet peas, aren't they? They were under the tent last week because it was still cold at night.
That's right, Beaky, and they're managing to grip hold of the rope and the wire to help them climb, just like they should.
And it's growing quite big, isn't it?
Yes, once things start to grow, they seem to go very quickly.
These are pretty flowers, Mrs. Waters. What are these?
Those are pansies, Beaky, so we've got some little ones of those in the greenhouse.
Flo, be quiet. She wants to play again. Look, Mrs. Waters, it's our first tulip.
It's the first one to open. It's quite small, though. I thought it would be much taller. Perhaps it's one that's called a dwarf tulip. We'll have to check in the books and see.
The tree above the daffodils in the shade has got great big buds on it, Mrs. Waters.
I know what it's going to look like because I saw it last year.
Did you? I think I was at school then.
You were in your nest in Cottonthorpe. This is the old willow stump, Beaky, that we cut down when we first moved here. It was a huge tree, but every year, even though it looks dead, it sends out new shoots, new pieces of willow, and they've already started to grow.
Goodness me, look at the rhubarb. It's only taken 2 weeks for it to get that big. We'll be able to have rhubarb pie soon, won't we?
We will. Look who else is here, Beaky, following us round as usual. Buffy. She's just walked past the fuchsias. Some of those are growing really well and others haven't started. The greenhouse to see what's been going on in here, and this is the place where most things are changing quickly now. I think we're going to have a separate playlist called In the Kitchen Garden because so much is going to happen. I've been very busy outside, but I've also noticed things in here. Let's have a look around and see what's happening. Just a second.
Can I have a radish today?
I think you can actually because they're quite big and ready for picking. Let's have a look down here. There. That's a much bigger size than the one you had last time, isn't it?
That looks gorgeous. I like radishes. They're peppery, aren't they?
They are. Gosh, listen to that wind blowing the sides of the greenhouse. Shows you how much protection it gives to the little plants. So last week when we looked, the only thing that had started to grow were the lettuces. And these are the lettuces here. You can see that even those have changed. When I came out last Thursday, there was nothing in these pots, but look at them now. These are the beans. They suddenly started to grow when we had a very hot day. And up here, we've got the sweet peas have sprouted. There was nothing showing last week, and now look at them. The pansies are still growing slowly, but they are getting bigger. You can see the leaves getting bigger all the time.
What's in the propagators, Mrs. Waters?
We'll have to take the lids off to have a look, Beaky. I can't remember without us looking, but can you see on the lid all those water droplets? Let's just hold that up a little bit. Inside there, the water evaporates. That means it goes into tiny little drops with the heat and floats upwards. And now they're all sticking to the lid. That helps to keep the moisture inside the soil so that the plants can grow. Right, Beaky, I've taken the lid off this propagator and we've got 3 different things in here. Perhaps 4. We've got some sweet corn, some basil, which is a herb, cucumber and chilies, hot chilies. And you can see that a cucumber has started to sprout, and right at the back, I'm not sure if you can see it over there, one of the sweet corn is just starting to poke through the soil. Down here at the front, I think that's a basil plant, but I'm not certain yet. We'll have to wait and see, just like everything else. Have a look at these, Beaky. What do you think these are?
Are they potatoes?
No, but they do look a bit like the potatoes, and they are called tubers. These were flowers last summer, beautiful flowers called dahlias, and when the weather became cold, I had to dig them up and put them into storage over the winter. Right, Beaky, well, it's getting very hot in here, so is there anything else you'd like to see?
Yes. Can we go to the orchard and see the apples? She's enjoying the sunshine, isn't she? She hasn't got a rug on today.
No, she hasn't, because it's nice and warm.
Where's Poppy?
I think she's just behind you in the field, look, nibbling on the grass.
Is the grass growing still?
Well, of course, the grass grows all the time now.
Look, the apple blossom is opening up and it looks more like a flower now. Is that where the fruit will grow?
It is, Beaky.
Can you see the hedge in the background? That looks green. You said it would, didn't you, by this week?
I did. Let's just go and check on the clematis and then we'll finish for today.
All right, let's go.
Here we are, here's the clematis, and that's just getting bigger and bigger every week. Grabbing onto the ropes as it goes. It's quite windy though, so let's go inside. We'll see you all next week.
See you all next week. Bye. Can we go for a ramble now around the countryside?
Maybe, Beaky, maybe.